Do you understand cryptocurrencies? If yes, do you remember when cryptocurrency first made sense to you? For me, it was when I realized that there was much more to cryptocurrency than just Bitcoin. When I learned about smart contracts on blockchain, I regretted not learning crypto so much that I spent more than 12 hours a day for several months to know almost everything there is to know about cryptocurrencies and blockchain technologies at present. I have filed 2 patents that use blockchain and crypto technologies and a third one that can be done with or without blockchain. There are thousands of other coins, tokens, and decentralized applications, each with their own unique use cases and characteristics. Amongst the orchards also live the fruit insects. They are mostly tokens and do not have any real use case. They are just designed to cheat the uneducated. That is why I support reasonable government regulations, until most people start to understand cryptocurrencies, although that might never happen. That is the key to mass adoption of cryptocurrency, but for the fiat sheep, concepts like blockchain mining and staking are difficult to understand and even more difficult to explain in simple terms, as I'm sure many of you can attest. So today, I'm going to tell you how to explain complex crypto concepts in a way everyone can understand, as well as how to answer common questions and address concerns. Remember, none of it is financial advice. You must consult your financial advisor and not base any of your financial decisions on what you see or hear on this video. What the hell is cryptocurrency? To put it simply, cryptocurrencies are like regular currencies except they're entirely digital. Each individual cryptocurrency coin is fundamentally just a collection of numbers and letters. This sounds complicated, but it's actually not far off from what we see with currencies today. Every physical money bill on the planet has a distinct serial number. This serial number corresponds to information such as when the bill was printed, where it was printed, and so on. In theory, a central bank keeps a record of all money bills that have ever been printed and where they are, which it shares with smaller banks and the government. If you have a debit or credit card, you will know that you have an account. You also have a password or PIN number that you use to access the money in that account. Your bank branch knows your account number and your name because you had to provide your personal information to open an account. This information is also shared with the central bank and government. Let us assume you have a 20 currency note with serial number ABC and your bank account number is 123. When you deposit that bill into your bank account, your bank branch, the central bank, and the government will see and confirm that the 20 bill, ABC, has been moved into bank account number 123. This is nearly how cryptocurrencies work. Is similar to the serial number on a physical bill, but without the physical bill, just like regular bills. In the case of Bitcoin, each BTC can be divided into 100 million pieces called satoshis, which are equivalent to cents to a dollar. A cryptocurrency wallet address is similar to a bank account, except there is no checking account. Because you do not need to provide any personal information to create a cryptocurrency wallet, your identity is not attached to your crypto wallet like a bank account is. Most importantly, any cryptocurrency held in your personal wallet is held directly by you and is not custodied by a bank like regular money in a bank account. This means that no one can shut down your cryptocurrency wallet or block your transactions because you have complete control over that account at all times. However, if you lose access to your cryptocurrency wallet or forget to write down the recovery phrase you receive when you create one, you will lose your cryptocurrency. Instead of banks and governments keeping track of everyone's bills and bank account balances, these records are stored across all computers connected to a cryptocurrency network. These transactions and account balances are public and can be viewed by anyone using something called a blockchain explorer because computers can earn cryptocurrency for processing transactions on a cryptocurrency network. Cryptocurrency is used to incentivize more computers to join a cryptocurrency network in order to process transactions and earn cryptocurrency. This makes cryptocurrency networks secure because there is no single point of failure. This is known as decentralization, and it is the polar opposite of centralized systems. Of governments and banks now, in case you didn't figure it out, that means the digital currencies that banks around the world are creating are not cryptocurrencies but rather a seriously dystopian payment network. Let them call it digital currency, but it is not a cryptocurrency even if they use a blockchain to manage it. While you've probably heard of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, there are actually thousands of cryptocurrencies, just like there are hundreds of different regular currencies such as Indian rupee, US dollars, euros, Chinese yuan, and so on. The crazy thing is that each cryptocurrency is unique, and not all cryptocurrencies are created equal. In general, there are 2 types of cryptocurrencies, coins and tokens. Coins belong to cryptocurrency networks that are built from the ground up. That means that someone spent a lot of time and money putting together the code required to create the network. A cryptocurrency network that is both safe and dependable. Cryptocurrency coins are cryptocurrencies that are given to computers when they process transactions for a cryptocurrency network. For example, Bitcoin is a cryptocurrency coin because the Bitcoin network was built from the ground up, and Bitcoin is given to computers that process transactions for the Bitcoin network because Bitcoin was built from the ground up. Because cryptocurrency networks are so difficult to build from the ground up, only a few dozen cryptocurrencies are actually coins, The rest are cryptocurrency tokens, as opposed to cryptocurrency coins. Crypto tokens are simple to create and can often be done in minutes with little to no effort, which is why there are tens of thousands of tokens like the NFTs you keep hearing about. Are cryptocurrency tokens that function similarly to digital certificates of ownership for physical or digital art pieces? NFTs are only the tip of the iceberg in terms of what tokens can be used for. For example, there is a company called Circle that issues a cryptocurrency token called USDC. The USDC is fully backed by real US dollars, which means that for every USDC in circulation, there is a real US dollar. You can generate USDC by giving them your dollars, and you can redeem your dollars with USDC. These kind of token are called stable coins, and there are a couple of dozens of them, including USDT. Another company, Paxos, issues a cryptocurrency token called PaxG. Each PaxG token is backed by 1 troy ounce of gold stored in a vault in London, and you can redeem PaxG tokens for real physical gold or US dollars. The best part is that both Circle and Paxos are fully regulated in the United States and are regularly audited to ensure that they have the necessary reserves on hand to back their tokens. How's that for safety? When it comes to security, the most important thing to remember about cryptocurrency tokens is that many of them are worthless. This is primarily due to the ease with which cryptocurrency tokens can be created. All a scammer needs to do is create a token. Set up a fancy website, buy a few ads on social media, and get a few news outlets to feature their coin, and they can become die crypto millionaires overnight. However, this is not to imply that all tokens are bad. Some offer immense value and use cases. Many of them have given 100 times return to the early investors in a short time. India's own Polygon is a crypto token on Ethereum blockchain but is counted amongst the top 10 by market capitalization in the world. Many tokens that provide real use cases, are backed by the right promoters and their tokenomics is good, can have a bright future for the business and the investors alike. You may want to know if cryptocurrency is safe. You may have heard that they are used by scammers and criminals, and you may keep hearing about the cryptocurrency hacks. To answer whether a cryptocurrency is safe or not ultimately depends on the context. Some cryptocurrencies are designed to prioritize speed over security, and the consequences usually manifest themselves quite quickly. Fortunately for us, there are always hackers looking to crack cryptocurrency networks in order to trick them into creating new coins or tokens out of thin air or take the cryptocurrencies from unsuspecting owners. This may sound frightening, but it is no different from what happens on a daily basis to banks and corporations when hackers succeed. The affected company usually beefs up its cybersecurity. The same is true for cryptocurrencies. As a result, most cryptos that have been around for years have been rigorously battle-tested. If you're still not convinced, consider this. As previously stated, some cryptocurrency networks are made up of computers located all over the world that are constantly double-checking transaction histories and account balances. To corrupt a cryptocurrency network, you would need to hack into more than half of the computers connected to the network. However, this is impossible to do if you have a cryptocurrency network like Bitcoin that has millions of computers spread around the world. But, some cryptocurrency networks have fewer computers processing transactions and are thus more vulnerable to attack. The same rule applies to centralized cryptocurrency services such as cryptocurrency exchanges, where the majority of crypto hacks have occurred. They are much easier and more lucrative to exploit than an individual cryptocurrency wallet, which is insanely secure. This is why you should always keep your large crypto balances on your own personal wallet whenever possible, and only keep it on an exchange when trading or cashing out. Nothing beats a hardware wallet for self-custody. Ransom demands made by hackers frequently involve some kind of cryptocurrency. However, while the cryptocurrency demanded by these hackers is frequently Bitcoin, they almost always crypto not stored in the private hardware wallets. Contrary to common perception, because Bitcoin and most other cryptos have publicly viewable transactions and wallet balances. Bitcoin transactions are very easy to trace by authorities even more than regular currencies, so it makes no sense for criminals to actively use and hold a currency that is so easily traced. However, privacy cryptocurrencies such as Monero are completely private, and even the United States government has not been able to crack its encryption despite trying and announcing a war for the hackers. In summary, the vast majority of cryptocurrencies are not used for criminal purposes, with only a few cryptos are actively used by the criminals. When it comes to crypto, the risk relates to investing because cryptocurrencies are extremely volatile, meaning their prices can fluctuate by up to 50% in a single day. Investing too much in crypto can be extremely dangerous, especially when you push your luck with something called leverage trading, which essentially uses borrowed money, which is why you should only invest what you're willing to lose. Why are cryptocurrencies so volatile and what gives them any value to begin with? Here's my counter question. What is the source of the money in your wallet or bank? Is there any worth now? It was once backed by gold, but that changed, and since then, all state-issued currencies around the world have been losing value. This is because the only thing that backs dollars and euros is ultimately our trust in the governments that issue those currencies, and that trust has been eroding for decades. Governments are actively printing and manipulating their currencies to benefit themselves and the corporations that fund them at the expense of the average person. This has resulted in record levels of inflation, which incentivizes spending over saving. That in turn leads to overconsumption and the kinds of environmental disasters they claim to want to avoid. Anyway, the real answer to the question is that cryptocurrencies are valuable because of what they do. Obviously, this value varies depending on which cryptocurrency we're talking about. Bitcoin has an economic profile similar to gold in that it has a maximum supply and only a small amount of Bitcoin is created each day, which is cut in half every 4 years. Assuming demand for Bitcoin remains constant over time, this would result in a doubling of Bitcoin's price every 4 years, but demand for Bitcoin has increased over time while most currencies keep losing their value. Still, USD and Euro values are kept artificially up because many non-American and non-European countries also settle their trades in dollars or euros. The basic economics dictates that when something has a limited supply but high demand, prices will inevitably rise. Many investors see Bitcoin as a safe place to park your capital outside of the current financial system. One thing to keep in mind is that most other cryptocurrencies are even more volatile than correlated. Their prices often are dependent on what Bitcoin does. Despite this, some cryptos, such as Ethereum, have insane value due to the utility they provide. The Ethereum network can be used to create those cryptocurrency tokens I mentioned earlier, as well as decentralized applications and websites that cannot be censored or shut down. Transactions involving the creation and movement of tokens, as well as interactions with these applications, necessitate the use of Ether to pay for gas fees, which means that the demand for ETH rises as the Ethereum network gains adoption. Visa is testing payments on the Ethereum network using the USDC token mentioned earlier, and the European Central Bank has even used it to issue a bond on the Ethereum blockchain. Now the reason why the value of Bitcoin, Ether, and every other cryptocurrency fluctuates so much each day is because nobody knows what these technologies are actually worth. The prices of stocks, gold, and even regular currencies fluctuate every day for the same reason, but cryptocurrencies are much more volatile. Because of what they do, revolutionary cryptocurrency networks allow you to lend, save, and borrow without requiring an identity, credit score, or bank. They allow you to do business directly with other people without a middleman taking a cut, which means service giants like Uber and tech giants like Facebook may become obsolete, and cryptos allow communities to pool their resources and eliminate all middlemen. You could even argue that cryptocurrencies are the equivalent of a powerful alien technology that threatens the dominance of the powers that be. The slightest possibility of a crypto crackdown results in a market crash, and the most outlandish rumor can lead to a massive market pump. Over the long run, you can see that crypto is growing and that growth is unlikely to slow anytime soon. That leaves one question: which cryptocurrencies should I buy? The answer is by acquiring knowledge, doing research and getting lucky, particularly with respect to any unforeseen events. The cryptocurrency market appears to follow a 4-year cycle when the Bitcoin mini NG rewards are halved. We are currently in the bull market phase, in which prices gradually rise and then may not move much for a time. The easier way to measure risk and reward in an investment decision is to look at a cryptocurrency's market cap. This is an extremely important metric to check because the dollar value of cryptocurrencies can be misleading. A cryptocurrency's market cap is calculated by the current value of that coin or token, times the amount of circulating supply. Dogecoin is ranked so high because it has a circulating supply of 130 billion, and when you multiply that by Dogecoin's 15-cent price, you get a $20+ billion market cap. Getting to $1 would require an additional $110 billion, which is unlikely to happen soon. As a rule, the smaller the market cap, the more growth potential that cryptocurrency has, regardless of its dollar value, because it takes less money to increase its value now. To use an extreme example, the value of Yearn Finance's Wi-Fi token exceeds that of Bitcoin. However, its market cap is 20 times smaller than Dogecoin's, implying that it would take less capital to raise the price of Wi-Fi. Most of the cryptocurrencies in the top 10 by market capitalization could be considered low-risk investments. Cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana etc. are expected to be around for a long time. However, it is certain that many smaller and lesser-known tokens will give much more return than Bitcoin and Ethereum, although they seem to carry more risk now. However, if your research and predictions come true, cryptos can be a very good investment. Let me know your questions and comments.